means this is our 10-year anniversary. Thank you. It feels like a personal birthday. Welcome to the Royal Albert Hall. Has anyone here not been to the Royal Albert Hall here? Right, this is good, this is fresh. Part of the reason that we're here is about bringing new audiences here and having things that otherwise wouldn't be in an institution like this. So thank you and welcome. We're also streaming live on Worldwide FM, so make some noise for the people at home. Excellent. So, a little bit of background. It's our 10-year anniversary. We kicked off our celebration, so 10.1, we had an exhibition downstairs. It was called Object Create. It's a photography exhibition where we brought together some poets, some musicians, some artists who we work with to explore what inspires them to create. We're here inside the Royal Albert Hall. It feels no less surreal or indeed an honour to play these hallowed halls, especially as someone who personally studies architecture of live music and poetry and performance. So it means a lot to be here, really and truly. Tonight is a special landmark in our 10-year journey. In fact, we are all collectively arriving here in a precise and unique moment. Me personally, I have students who I teach but are living homeless. I have close friends who are fighting for their freedom in Sudan. 2019 feels like a special moment. It is the nexus of a country divided, a world in crisis, and a catalyst for communities to unite. You are this community. Make some noise for yourselves. So now more than ever, it feels appropriate to be part of this celebration which Royal Albert Hall are putting on this season called Unstoppable Voices. So we brought that responsibility to showcase some of the most unstoppable voices in Britain today. So let me give you a bit of a context about how it's going to roll. We have 3 chapters for you this evening. The first lady that you're going to see is named Amahla. She's an incredible young singer from Hackney. And actually, it's a funny one. I do a lot of workshops, I do a lot of education programs, and this amazing lady I met through event management workshops down at Dawson Roof Park. And then a few months later, she sent me her music, and I was like, geez. It's amazing to kind of see the context of the talent that so many young people are bringing. So you're going to see her in a minute. After that, you'll see Anthony Anitzaguri. Got any Anthony fans up in here? So you'll know, if you don't already know, he is surely one of the finest spoken word artists in the UK for very many years. He runs an outstanding spoken word night called Outspoken. And he's someone who I came across when we were working with Carlo on the Hip Hop Shakespeare Company, and he was a younger, I guess, and this is the first time he's back on our stage. So make some noise for Anthony. And then, of course, the main event. So many of us are here to see the man like, the king like Loki. So what we're going to do is something a little bit different. He's going to start off with a little ting, and then we're going to go in conversation, a 3-way conversation with an incredible poet and activist by the name of Munira from Poetic Pilgrimage. Does anyone know about Poetic Pilgrimage in the house? Excellent. And Anthony's going to be joining that conversation too. That conversation is broadly going to be partly about Loki's life and career and work, but also about the art of words, because what Lyrix Organix is about is very much exploring the space between language and music. So Lyrix Organix does event production, and we also run youth education programs, giving people a voice. And so tonight you're going to see a real kind of epitome of that. I'll leave the rest of the introductions to a little bit later. So what we wanted to do was do something a little bit different. We like to take audiences on a journey, and we want you to come on that journey with us. And so to that end, it gives me great pleasure to introduce someone who's going to clean our palate and forget about our troubles and set us in the right way. Please make some noise for the beautiful Amahla.
Sorry, short people problems. And I'm still wearing heels as well. Don't know how I manage daily life. So hiya, I'm so excited to be here. Super excited to be playing for all of you amazing people, but also in this phenomenal building. I talk a lot, so I'm going to try and not do that. And we're just going to get straight into the first song. So I'm from Hackney, and I wanted to write a song about how Hackney's been changing over the last few years. And this is the title track of the EP that I released last week, Wednesday. This is called Consider This.
On my way to school, I'd walk across Hackney Downs, singing endlessly. I remember how people lost their homes, moved around, caught between identities. Now coffee shop, £6 a cup, attract a different crowd. A conscious act that soon impacts the council's disavow. If I ask you one thing, will you consider this? Does it feel abrupt when council flats become mixed income homes, like their money and class all trickle down? Properties left empty while their owners are abroad mean. High-rise flats that no one here would ever dream to afford. I guess government cuts mean no leisure for the poor, while the rhetoric from leadership tell us we can have it all. If I ask you one thing, will you consider this? I guess government cuts mean no leisure for the poor, while the rhetoric from leadership tells us we can have it all. If I ask you one thing, will you consider this? Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to introduce Josh tonight, who's on keys. Say hi, Josh. Yeah, it's just us two tonight. I'll be playing guitar for one song, but otherwise it's just keys and vocals. And I feel like it's really nice to get to interpret my songs in that way. So the next one that I'm going to sing is about my grandmother. she was diagnosed, I know, gotta love grands. She was diagnosed with Alzheimer's 3 years ago. And since then, like my whole family and I have had to relearn to see the world the way that she sees it. So it's almost like we're now viewing her life through the lens of Alzheimer's. So I started off writing this song about it. And then as I was getting towards the end, I was like, actually, it's not just about grands. It's about women. It's about the need to hear women's voices and push women's stories to the forefront, especially now. So this one is called Dorothy's Verses. I hope you enjoy. I wanna put my whole body in water and let it wade. I wanna put my whole body in water and let it wade. He was lucid, poised with envy, sweet as rum and sugar cane. Empty bottles left him bitter. She seemed to hold too much power with her. I wanna put my whole body in water and let it wade. I wanna put my whole body in water and let it wade. Muted mouths mean brutal lessons. Always stay beneath the soil. Her inner strength was her savior. You're calling checkmate, but the queen will conquer. Feel the water beneath me, giving life to my wounds. Waves will align, all in due time. Feel the water beneath me, giving life to my wounds. Waves will align, all in due time. Feel the water beneath me, giving life to my wounds. Waves will align, all in due time. Feel the water beneath me, giving life to my wounds. Waves will align, all in due time. So I'm gonna put my whole body in water and let it wade. I wanna put my whole body in water and let it wade. Oh, I'm gonna put my whole body in water and let it wade. I'm gonna put my whole body in water and let it wade. So the next one's less deep. It's pretty casual. It's all right, it's all right. This is my favorite song because it's like the only one I can play lying down. I wrote it after I graduated from uni, And I didn't do music at uni, I did anthropology, which is cool. It's cool, but I'm still trying to figure out a way to use my degree. So yeah, I was graduating from uni, and my friends had like masters lined up in excellent universities. They had graduate jobs. They just had their entire lives together. And I was like, I'm going to become a singer. I'm still... Right decision, I think, now. Yeah, this is a song that I wrote to myself, and it's almost like... I mean, you'll hear it, but I'm just telling myself, just let it be. Just keep going. Everything will be fine. This is called River. Everyone, it seems, has found love, ringing like a warning sign in my ears. On every platform, but their stories are never enough. Just wait for me, dear, 'cause screens, they become a veil. Another game for the masquerade, the ever-looming, all-intrusive age. So I choose to visualize that the river has highs. Never bothered me before. Rejecting the voices clouding my head. But the fun is in the chase. Just move with the tide and let gravity pull you along. Like a river, like a river. We're distracted by our desires, you see, when they're in the palm of our hands. We're trying to push towards nirvana, but it seems instead we search for Neverland. Instead we search for Neverland. Instead we search for Neverland. 'Cause screens, they become a veil. Another game for the masquerade, the ever-looming, all-intrusive age. So I choose to visualize that the river has highs. Cause the river has Thank you very much. Yeah, so I've only got a couple songs left. And for those of you who don't know, my name is Amahla. I'm super excited to be here. Woo! Yeah. All the songs I'm singing tonight, were released last Wednesday on my debut EP. It's called Consider This, if you guys want to check it out later. The next song that I'm going to sing, I initially wrote on guitar, but by the time it made its way onto the record, it was just completely a cappella. Yeah, I know. Every time. I got to sing it by myself. I didn't think it through. But when I was writing the record, I wanted it to do a few things. Obviously, I'm a soul singer, and I'm aware that that's an African-American musical lineage, so I wanted it to feel like London. But I also wanted it to reflect what was going on in the world whilst I was writing it, like politically and socially, but also just like in my life and how that affected me as an individual. So this song is like my attempt at contributing a little bit to that rich lineage of music that talks about social reality. This is called These Times I'll Wait. They say that we're free until I turn on our news and another sister has been taken too. They tell us we're brave when we march in the streets, not understanding that we're marching for our own humanity. So I said, be quiet to the man who talks in my ear with the privilege but no initiative. And I said, be quiet to the voice that won't disappear, but sun settles when I don't play the game. Be smart. Our legacy will long outlast us. I cannot wait for the day. Take my breath away. These times I'll wait. I cannot wait for the day. Take my breath away. These times I'll wait. Thank you. So, this next one is the last song. I know, but they will kick me off stage. Yeah, I have no doubts Dan will come and just pick me up and just say, time's up. But yeah, so we're going to sing what was my debut single. I released it last year. It's called Old Soul. And it was the first thing, like musical thing, that I put out into the world. And then I realized, once it was out there, that it was no longer mine. It belonged to everybody else, which is cool. But I guess in that spirit, whenever I sing it, I really love if you all sing with me. Can I teach you a bit? You sure? Okay. Okay, so it's only 2 lines we got to memorize. Only 2. The first one is like this. 'Cause I was only 3 years old. 'Cause I was only 3 years old. 'Cause I was only 3 years old. Second line is, when I fell in love with Old Soul. Right? When I fell in love with Old Soul. Here we go. When I fell in love with Old Soul. Should we put it together? 'Cause I was only... When I fell in love. When I fell in love. We're nearly there. It needs to come from your chest. Come on. 'Cause yes, that's what I'm talking about. When I. Okay, you feel ready? Yeah, I think we're ready. Yeah.
She was nothing until she heard. I'm blessed a child whose soul it touched. With not a struggle in life, but living for the city blues, the masquerade. Slowly becoming the foundations of her life. 'Cause I was only 3 years old, yeah, when I fell in love with old soul. Okay, so it changes here, it goes like this. Too deep was the cry, too sharp was the knife, and I fell in love with old soul. You're getting it? Nearly there. Listening to Otis on a vinyl record. I know his tone is as rich as black coffee. But if we do the same in time, we'll be making our own paradise when troubles of the world come over me. Are you ready? 'Cause I was only 3 years old, yeah, when I fell in love with old soul. Let's go a couple more times. 'Cause I was only 3 years old. Remember, from the chest, from the belly, when yeah. Okay, so I'm not gonna sing this time, it's just you guys. I was only 3 years old when I fell in love with old soul. I was only 3 years old when I fell in love with old soul. Too deep was the cry, too sharp was the knife, and I fell in love with old soul. And I fell in love with old soul. And I fell in love with old soul. Thank you so much for having me.